Greetings, gamers, and welcome to the Broken Pixel Podcast, a podcast where we talk all things gaming related, news, reviews, previews, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. I'm your host, Wes. I am joined, as always, by Aaron on my right.
Yep.
And James on your right.
Nope.
Exactly. If you like what you see, please like, favorite, subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all the other social media outlets that we are a part of. Also, if you guys want to help us out, go to patreon.com/derailed. $1, $5, anything will help us out, improve our set, sound, and content we bring you. So how's it going?
Pretty good. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption.
The first one?
Yep.
Didn't get that early access to the sequel?
Nope.
So that's actually the first thing I want to talk about. The trailer.
Oh, weird.
The trailer.
Yes.
What'd you think?
It's a teaser, so you don't get a whole lot, but you get a lot of great landscapes. No sense of the story, really.
The only thing I got out of the story is you had a farm and a family, and then there was a fire.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I figured. Then he's like, screw it, get a posse, let's go kill everyone.
So basically, you're
Typical Western.
McFarlane's from the first one.
But in
Remember that
reverse.
barn's on fire
But in reverse.
because she's a girl. What do you mean reverse?
Oh,
Yeah.
wrong character. Sorry. No, the trailer looked good. It looked like a lot of that was in-game rendering, not cutscene.
You would assume, like, I think I expect that nowadays. They'd have to kind of tell me whether, you know how they used to have to tell you whether it's gameplay or not. I think now they'd have to tell me that it's a cutscene, because I'm assuming it's gameplay.
That would be cool because that looked really good.
Yeah, and I imagine, like, I just got done playing Battlefield 1, and that was the most realistic game I've ever seen in my life.
How was
Ridiculous.
Battlefield 1?
Fun. I don't want to derail this too much because I want to talk about it at the end, but
Fair enough.
it was very good.
All right. So the other thing in the news, and probably the most important thing in the news, was Nintendo released the
Well,
NX.
hold on, we're not done with the Red Dead
Oh,
yet.
sorry.
What do we want from Red Dead?
We want it now.
He's not wrong there. No,
I want it now.
We talked about it a little bit last week, but I still want that really good single player experience.
I don't know if we're gonna get that.
You think
I'm
it's
really
gonna be
scared?
It's gonna be all multi?
Their first picture was of 7 people.
Oh,
See,
Why would they do that?
I just hope, but Rockstar's really good at giving us a great single player and a good multiplayer.
But let me tell you this: if they was gonna be like a companion, like an animal companion, right? They would put a picture of a silhouette cowboy and a silhouette dog, and we'd be like, oh, okay, we're gonna have a silhouette, or we're gonna have a companion dog. Same applies here. They're giving us 7 people for a reason. Now, is it a posse like Mafia 3 where you have people who run different things around the world, or is it a co-op? My biggest fear is that it's a Division-ish. You can play this single player, but you're not supposed to.
Got
that
it.
would
Got it.
suck.
Like Borderlands as well. Has a single player technically. It's just awful type thing. Okay.
Destiny, terrible by itself.
Need a friend or two to play with.
So
That
I'm
would
pretty
suck.
scared.
Well, we have a year to see what Rockstar tells us.
I know. The CEO of Rockstar or 2K or whatever said that they're going to have to shut down GTA Online before it ever dies. It's basically saying like it's not going to go anywhere. Like we're going to have to kill it because it's still super popular.
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Especially since online they gave all the assets to make your own courses for races and stuff. So
They did a really good job. That is beautiful though. Please do that where I can play GTA 5 and then for free if you want to play multiplayer, here it is.
but you want a single player. You want the
Yes.
rich environments that they
I don't
can make.
want the Division Destiny thing. I want the GTA 5 thing, which is in our favor because it's Rockstar. And
Yeah.
hopefully they're smart like that. I don't know though. It's got to be pretty well along. They've been working on it for a while. 4 or 5 years now.
Yep. They've probably been working on it since GTA Online came out,
You'd assume.
if not longer.
That's 3 years ago. I think it's longer than that. But yeah, I just wanted to see what we wanted from it.
Good single player,
I think that's the number one thing.
not multiplayer only.
Mm-hmm.
Quality single player. Because you were right. If it's Borderlands Division single player, it's going to be, oh yeah, play it by yourself. Oh, you know, it's even better though. Friends that don't own the console, so I get them to buy the
I have
console.
officially stricken co-op from my life
Bruce.
and multiplayer. I can't do it
Really? So you're done with Destiny?
unless like somebody really wants to play, or Becca really likes it. But I'll do everything I can. Not there are some where Destiny I do enjoy, but I tried to play Gears, World of Warcraft. These I'm just done trying to play with other people.
No.
Minus couch co-op, right?
Brucey. Hey. Yeah. Dropping a deuce.
Technical difficulties. We'll be right back. So how's work? Work.
Works work. I enjoy 3 days off in a row though.
Are you guys on 410s now?
No. I wish. That would be amazing.
So you guys are still full time, but getting 3 days off a week at 8 hours a day?
Yeah. 9.
9.
9 and 9.5.
So right at about 10 hours a day, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's going to cut all this stuff out. So
Mm-hmm. That would be a correct assumption.
Mhm.
So we need our tech for that.
where is our tech?
Traffic.
Oh, was working?
Mm-hmm. See.
And we're back. So where were we? Oh yeah, you're done with like online co-op. What about couch co-op?
I'm okay with that.
Because you're playing with the one person you actually care to play with.
Yeah, I just didn't really like Gears Horde mode that much.
It's
And then
more.
after World of Warcraft failing for me again too, I just kind of feel like I'm done.
Are you doing Battlefield's multiplayer at all, or
No, just the single player. I have no urge to go get my ass kicked by people who actually enjoy them, and play them all the time.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Mafia is still pretty cool.
Still enjoying Mafia?
Mm-hmm.
So now that you've gotten upwards of probably like 30, 40 hours into it, is it still holding up?
I like it. Keeps my attention.
Got a little repetitive for me. And there's just so much other stuff. So like I think about playing it again because it is good and I want to see where the story's going. But you kind of just do the same thing. And that's okay for the most part because I think it's fun, but there's just so much other stuff to play as well. So
Yeah, and
It's a
it
double-edged
definitely
sword for
won't
me.
help at the end of the week either. So the
even
big,
though I'm playing Red Dead Redemption.
and then that'll get put down when Skyrim comes out.
Yes.
Man. Be deep in Skyrim. Balls deep.
Going through a random cave, and you're in the big dwarven ruins.
And blacksmithing for 18 hours. Again.
Big part of the news this past week. Nintendo finally gave us as much info on the NX, or now the Nintendo Switch, that Like we finally know something about the console. So got a full list of stuff that.
So what do we know, Wes?
What do we know?
Tell us what we know.
March release date.
Which was announced before the NX, right? Or was that still a rumor?
That was a rumor.
So they were right.
They were right. Other rumor that was right was the one design that one drawing that guy did of what it was going to look like with the removable and replaceable controllers. Base unit that hooks to your TV and then you just pull in and out the tablet. Found out the base unit adds no power though.
Yeah.
So it literally is just docking it to play on your TV and charge. So all the power is coming from the tablet. It's powered by a version of the NVIDIA Tegra chip, which runs the NVIDIA Shield, that TV smart player. That can run the new Doom at 1080p at 60 frames. So
pretty good.
Dock does not have power. One thing in the trailer, because if you saw the trailer, it was showing that they were playing Skyrim. Bethesda is partnering with Nintendo on this, but Nintendo came out and said that the games in the trailer aren't necessarily upcoming games for the system.
Yeah.
It's an interesting choice.
And Bethesda even said that too.
It's like, hey,
they're like, it's not official.
Yeah. Which, I mean, we saw a Mario game in there and a Mario Kart and a Splatoon, which we know those will all exist. But I think the big reason they said that is Skyrim.
The cool thing about those ones you just listed too is they're almost like NX versions, because you have dual weapons in Nintendo or in Mario Kart 8. You have like more hairstyles in Splatoon. Like there's weird things that are different in them.
Well, the rumor is that it's actually not going to be Mario Party 8 and Splatoon. It's going to be like Mario Kart 9 and Splatoon 2. They're adding so much to it that they're going to become just the new ones in the series.
Okay.
I mean, again,
I don't know if there's enough of that information to say that, but I think that it either is NX versions or Switch versions or whole new games.
It is, as of now, not backwards compatible with 3DS games, even though it is cartridge based. I don't know if that's true or not. That's the only one that some sites confirm it. Some sites have said no. It could still be. We have to wait for Nintendo to tell us that. I would love it if it is, because that means I wouldn't have to keep my 3DSs. I can get
That's so weird though.
Those games will be obsolete.
How would that work though? If your DS games work on your Switch, you don't have two screens. Do they split the screen in half?
Probably.
I assume that's why they haven't confirmed that yet, because if it's not coming, that's probably their reason why.
What you
probably need to be able to touch.
So instead of like this, you'd probably play it like this with the tablet long ways, and like
on the tablet. Yeah, I guess maybe that'd be weird.
Interesting.
Cartridge based.
That because so you take the controllers. The kickstand doesn't go that way though.
Oh yeah. Who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe they won't be. Maybe so that begs the question: are they killing the DS, the DS line? Then this is going to be the only console.
That was the question a month ago.
Seems like it. I don't know how you can. How are you not puncturing a giant iceberg-sized hole in your Titanic of a income maker?
Yeah, right.
Well, that's going to be a big wait and see on that one.
Yeah. Did you see that the stock dropped after the NX release?
Yeah, the stock went up and then tanked 7% based on all that info. It was the same thing that happened with the Wii U. People were just like, oh, Nintendo's doing a new non-handheld console. It's going to fail.
Yeah. This one looks good, though.
And that was part of that Business Insider article that I posted that said the price point was going to be $299, and then the stock tanked.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. Multiplayer on this is a little interesting. So we were just talking multiplayer. You can have basically 2 players per one Switch that you have.
Okay.
So if you wanted, if we wanted to play a game on here all together, we would need at least 2 screens. But we could play together because we're in proximity. Or one screen on your TV, one of us holds one. I'm intrigued by that, but if you want 4-player Mario Kart, it means 2 people have to own this thing.
Yeah.
Which in our instance will be fine because I'll have one.
I think that's okay. I don't think that you need a lot of console to render 4 different versions of the same game. You know what I mean? On one screen. So 2 is still pushing a lot. I mean, there's still like Halo 5 said they couldn't do that. There's no split screen because they can't render the game twice. And like that's a Halo staple. Is couch co-op.
That was
They
my
took it
favorite.
out.
That was my favorite part about Halo. The first 3 Halos, me and my buddy playing through
I
them
was
all.
stuck on the menu for like a half an hour trying to figure out how to play couch co-op because I didn't even look it up.
Yeah, I remember Bungie taking a lot of. No, but not Bungie. They didn't make 5.
343.
Microsoft taking
343.
Yeah. Speaking of controllers, you've got like the little ones that are
Joy-Cons.
attached,
Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons, and then they are making a wireless Pro controller for it, which is going to be the better way to go because that tiny little Joy thing's going to suck. So estimated price, I have seen it range everywhere online from $250 upwards of $400.
Can't be 400. It
Can't.
can't. It can't be 400. It can't be 300.
So here's the one reason why 400 might work. One of the things that Nvidia said people are taking as basically it might come pre-installed with 5 games on it. One of them being a Mario game. 5 games plus that console for 400 isn't bad.
I wouldn't buy it. Before we get into this, The Verge did a poll of like how much would you pay for the Switch, and there were like 50,000 some votes, and the right in the middle was $299. That's like what the biggest.
So 3.
Yeah, 300, but it can't be 300. It can't.
Well, wait, we'll have
If it doesn't come with games, I guess.
or bundled with a Pro controller or something.
Yeah, because then it's the same price point as a PS4 and an Xbox One. Like you can't. It's not.
It's not those systems.
Yeah.
Actually, part of that 4K support on it. As of now, the people are saying there will be 4K support with the Tegra chip because Netflix is going to start pushing 4K here soon. It's one of the big companies for content, so this will be able to handle that.
Cool.
4K
streaming is not really.
Yep. The
4K
other
gaming. I think they just mean 4K streaming.
I think it's 4K streaming.
Because that's not that hard.
So yeah, there's about 30-40 companies who have already signed on to as of now pledge their support to it. Looking through the list, these are the ones that stood out to me. So Bethesda, because that would be amazing. From Software, see a Souls game on a Nintendo console.
Yeah, third-party support, man. That's the only thing that's going to save this because it looks good.
It does. Atlas, big JRPG company, Persona. So, get your Persona 5 or 6 on that guy. Telltale, which that would make sense. I mean, why not? You can do a Telltale Mario game if you want to now.
Maybe.
And then Square.
Yeah.
And I'm happy about Square because if Square and Nintendo can come together, I can get a sequel to Super Mario RPG.
Kingdom. All be about Kingdom
Hearts. Oh, there you go. Make Kingdom Hearts 3 exclusive to it and see every single person buy one for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yep, every single person.
Yep. Except for you. And me.
And me.
I don't like the Kingdom Hearts games.
No, I don't either. I don't get them.
Yeah. I mean, that's most of the stuff I could find on it.
Pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Stuff.
Pretty cool. I like how Nintendo just threw I think they threw literally all they could at us right now, because they don't even have a price point set. They're still working on hardware and
They
stuff.
do.
Bad news.
Huh?
All the bad news.
Yeah.
They have all.
I think that's why it's taking so long to put a price out already, because it's not where they want it to be.
They had to put the video out before the
It wasn't me this time.
They had to put out the video before the investor meeting because there was a big investor meeting like a couple days after the release of the trailer.
Yep.
And then they couldn't give all the bad news in that video because of the investor meeting. And now we're after the investor meeting happened, and we'll see what happens now. But we only have a couple months.
Are they going to do pre-orders, you think?
Apparently, European GameStop websites already have it up for pre-order, but that's why I want to know the price because they're claiming $400.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely crazy.
Excuse me.
They're going to lose a customer because I would get one.
Huh?
I would get one.
At 3? What's
$250.
250 is your cutoff?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, you want
Nintendo has historically been at 200.
Except for the Wii U.
Exactly.
And
when
the
that came
Wii
out
at
at
launch.
250.
No, it came out at 3.
The Wii?
Yeah,
the
the
Wii,
Wii
was
U.
200. The Wii U was 250, and that was like, whoa, that's expensive. You know, it's always been around there. Like, I get that this one is doesn't look like a Fisher Price toy, so like maybe 300, but then it's like, well, I'll just get another PS4. Like $300 for I can't for a Tegra processor, and you know, man, they're gonna have to have a sick lineup. If it's 300, they're gonna have to have pre-installed games, free controller, and a sick lineup of games.
Launch lineup too, not
Exactly.
just like, oh, we have these games coming. No.
Someday.
No.
Because here's the thing, cool that you have all this third-party support for the Nintendo people, but you're trying to you're already gonna get their sales. You're trying to capture my sale, and you're going to need my Nintendo nostalgia to kick in heavy gear. Not that I can play Dark Souls on it. So, whatever. I don't care. You know, I can play Dark Souls. I would rather play Dark Souls at home, not on a little screen like this. You know?
Yeah.
I get it. I'm not that customer.
No, you're the customer who wouldn't use this portably. I honestly think you'd be the one who want to use it on your nice fancy ass TV. Maybe do it on the tablet if someone wants the TV.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's gonna take a lot for me to pay $300 or $400 for this thing. Maybe it's impossible for me to pay $400 for it.
400 would be pushing it unless it's like some ridiculous bundle of stuff, like 6 games, pro controller, fucking $50 gift card or something.
Yeah, it has to come with a pro controller because if you're putting it at 300, the Xbox One and the PS4 have controllers with them.
Well, no, it would come with the.
That doesn't count though. It really doesn't because I need that to play portably. What about when I'm home?
You take those off and play.
No.
No, I agree with you on that. I mean, that little controller is fucking tiny.
That's what I say to that.
No. It's gonna take a lot for me to pay 300, and I'm not gonna pay 400. But I want it. It seems interesting.
But I'm with you. The launch lineup is going to make it or break it.
Yep.
Like
there was no children in the trailer. You know, it was all like people like me playing basketball and then not, so I can play it on my console. You know, but joking aside, that was refreshing for Nintendo to not have it
Be 100% kid friendly.
Yeah.
And even some of the kid friendly stuff they showed looked good. The trailer for the clip of the Mario game, the new 3D Mario game,
I
looked
saw that,
good.
yeah.
I mean, it's the
The
first.
little bullet that like came around and
Yeah.
like followed you.
And there's like rings.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like Sonic now.
No, it's probably collecting or
Go.
jumping through stuff.
Like a little blue hedgehog.
Who knows? This could be Mario in Sonic's world taking out Eggman.
They already did that in the remix. It wasn't fun.
Yeah, man. The Switch. The name might kill it too.
Name didn't kill the Wii. The original name for the Wii was the Revolution.
No, I think the Wii was. See, here's why
Yeah.
the Wii is good.
Yeah.
What do you get when you Google WII?
Mm-hmm.
One fucking thing. What do you get when you Google Switch? The fucking port you need for the adapter you need for the N64.
Yep.
That's what you get when you type in Nintendo Switch. Terrible name.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yep.
It's not the travesty that was the Wii U, where this podcast 6 years ago was like, I don't know what it is. Is it? I don't know. Is it going to attach to my Wii? Is it just the tablet thing? I'm golfing on the ground and it's the sand. I don't know. You know, it's not that. We know what it is.
Yeah, Nintendo has been very upfront with this. I am appreciating that.
It's a Nintendo avocado. Could have called it that. Would have been better.
Nintendo avocado with pico de gallo.
Call it the Nintendo Pad.
Something.
Anything's better. Anything's better.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. It's just a terrible name. Maybe Nintendo Click. Nintendo Joy-Con controllers.
Because they emphasize the.
Yeah, my big fear before Nvidia came out with how they were describing the power was that in the trailer when he pulled off Zelda when he was playing on the TV and then they pulled out the pad, the frame rate on the pad dropped to like
Heavily.
5 FPS.
Heavily.
But
he's like, and then the guy gets up and he's like, it's really bad.
but I'm pretty sure that was just like badly rendered video or something because according to Nvidia, it can run Doom at 1080p at 60 frames. So
It all depends on coding.
it does all depend on coding.
Do they know how to code for the NVIDIA? I don't know.
Or is Nvidia helping them a bunch?
I would assume so. I have no...
If you're gonna put your name on something, you better help them out.
Yeah. I mean, I have no doubt that the developers at Nintendo know how to fucking make a game. There's very rarely glitches or crashes or like problems that you get. Nintendo games are, if anything, are known for their polish. They come out play tested and like, this is a fucking game. You know what I mean?
This is a Nintendo game.
I don't need a day one patch. Like they know what they're doing.
Fuck, I don't even think Splatoon, which is a solely multiplayer game, needed a day one patch.
I don't think so either. So yeah. But then now we have third party support, so all those fucking lazy assholes out there with their day one patches.
And their drivers. I'm gonna update my drivers.
That'll break it too. If the Switch needs drivers.
Yeah.
You and fucking drivers, man.
I hate drivers. So I want to talk about something. Because we have this new thing in the market right now, the pre-market that has the Joy-Cons and the home thing and the Pro controller. I'm really curious to see how that all is going to feel.
Yeah.
And how I can play games. That brings me to, what's the best controller of all time? What's the best controller for feeling, for response, for button layout? We have the classic NES, the SNES,
The SNES was great.
the
Genesis
the N64
with
with the dick.
grab the dick.
Yeah, I loved the 64.
I loved and hated it simultaneously.
I never needed to put my hand over here. I always had to put it here.
Yeah,
Like, why is there this other thing over here?
I want to say it was like 1 or 2 games I ever played that really utilized that.
You'd have to go like this.
Fighting games. Fighting games, it's actually better to fight on a D-pad than a stick.
Sure. I didn't play those.
No.
Actually, I did adapt myself because Tony Hawk, I found out, was easier to control with the D-pad. I started out playing with this thing, and it felt weird, so I remember I always played Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
I just hated it when the stick got a little old and would stick in his direction.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
no. All right, this controller's dead. It was a cool controller, but it was just like a cheap controller.
Mm-hmm.
It was
very like...
I'll be honest, it was the only controller in Nintendo's lineup, for the most part, that sucked. Honestly, it's the lowest Nintendo controller in my opinion.
Really?
But I liked it. That's the problem.
GameCube is way at the bottom.
For you?
Yeah. I don't even know what it is.
So my only problem with
It's
the
an
GameCube,
alien spacecraft.
my only problem with the GameCube controller is its physical size. It's just a little too small for my hands.
There's like a circle and like 4 little things around the circle, and then it's weird, man. I don't know how do you design that. Maybe like in one of...
Well, let's think about it. Sony had at that time the the DualShock 2 for the PS2.
Yeah.
Xbox had the Duke
The
and then the
S.
S.
By that time, the Duke was...
I'm one of the few people who like the Duke.
You're crazy.
Bigger controller, bigger hands. It worked better.
Bigger dick, smaller controller.
Derailed West.
I did.
Honestly, probably the 360 controller though.
Yeah, that's up there.
That's up there.
That is way up there.
I didn't like the battery thing though. Like I like the Xbox One design better.
Yeah, it's flat, definitely. Supposedly, the Elite controller is the best controller on the market.
It's one of them. If you want to drop $150 for it.
Yeah. Or 200 for a special one.
If you want the Gears one, yeah.
Haven't tried it though, but I imagine it's pretty sweet. I played Battlefield because I like the Xbox One controller better. The One S, I guess.
You like the One S controller better than the DualShock 4?
Kind of do. Just for first person shooters.
Yeah.
The sticks are really like tight, and they're really, the grip on them feels so different. It's got a little like ridges around the edges, so it catches your finger more.
Yeah, I was playing Madden on it last night, and running around and juking and stuff was a lot easier.
I feel like I don't slip off the joystick,
Especially if you get sweaty hands.
which I do. So what's the best controller of all time?
I'm going to stick with the 360 controller, I think.
I'm going to go with the NES controller for its simplicity. No, the Sega Master System.
No, Master System was 2 buttons and a thing.
Oh, yeah, that's the Atari.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
Atari.
that was the Atari. And then the Nintendo had that, remember the giant D-pad?
Yep.
That had the thing, and I used to play track and field with it because you had the turbo button. It's the only way you can get them to run fast.
I did like the Master System controller. It's kind of weird, though.
It was basically an NES controller, but a little bit bigger.
Yeah, that's why I liked it. I
'Cause-
hated the Genesis controller.
Really?
Yeah, because the center button would the Z X or Y or something.
B.
X Y B.
No, it's ABC, and then they came out with XY. It was originally
Well, it had bumpers.
yeah, it had bumpers, which were L and R. It had ABC.
Maybe so. B always got stuck because I would warp it. It's not meant for your hands. It's meant for to be thrown. You know.
To be fair, Sega always has had kind of messed up controllers. The Dreamcast controller. Actually, all of the Dreamcast controller was fine, except the cord was on the bottom of the controller when it attaches, and that just it's brog. It's backwards.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with 360.
Regular
Really?
NES.
Huh?
Classic NES.
Classic.
2 buttons. Mega Man.
Hurts your hands after a while though because of the box shape.
That's how you learn to button mash, though, man.
Oh yes, it is.
Or what I would do is use the tops of your nails and run across like this
Yep,
real fast. That way it doesn't burn off any skin or anything. Works.
it does. Just
I remember my friend doing that, and then I tried it, and it caught my knuckle. I was like, God damn! I'm never doing that again.
get good. My
SNES for me.
SNES.
Yeah.
Oof.
That was my faves.
Terrible answer.
What's your answer, sir?
You just said.
The
You
classic.
just said classic
Oh,
NES.
That's what we were just talking about.
Oh, I didn't think that was your actual answer.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
I really like the simplicity.
You love the 2 buttons, 2 buttons, 4
Keypad
directions.
and 2 buttons.
Well, 4 buttons. Start select.
Select. You piece of shit.
Okay,
You're-
well, that's my topic.
So besides Mafia, what have you guys been playing? And Battlefield. You were going to talk about Battlefield a little bit.
Yeah, it's like
Set up in these little story sections, so it's not like one continuous 16 chapter story. It's 4 to 3 chapter stories following one character in there and different parts of the battlefield. So tank, airplanes, front lines, that all that kind of
Trench
shit.
warfare.
Yeah.
Zeppelin.
Yeah. So it's fun. And it's very personal. Like each story is of this little novella of you strangely get attached to this character for an hour, 2 hours it takes you to play it. It's kind of nice. I really appreciated it.
How is the gunplay in it?
It's fantastic. It's dice. I mean, it's they're pretty tight. They're up there with Bungie and 343 and Coalition. They know how to make a first-person shooter for sure. But yeah, it's fun.
Do you like the World War I setting?
Of course, that's the pull in it for me, and that's what kept me in it. Is it's so different than what I've been playing the last couple of years with Call of Duty and Battlefield. Is all this advanced
Even
Modern.
Destiny.
Yeah, I'm like, what button is night vision and which one is blah blah blah, and I'm switching to this gun for this thing, and it's like, no, you just have this little pistol and this rifle.
Rifle, pistol, knife.
It's so simple. It's beautiful though. It's gorgeous. Holy shit.
Yeah, one thing I can say about DICE and those guys, they can make a game look phenomenal.
It's ridiculous.
Even Star Wars Battlefront looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
Too bad it had no substance.
There's
Yeah.
some
That needed a campaign too. Badly.
Yeah, it did.
Badly.
bummer.
Could have been so good.
Bummer town. There's some problems though. Like I would always get to a certain point in a mission where I would just get stuck forever and ever and ever because there was just some weird checkpoint that I had to complete that was just strange.
Like trying to get out of the airplane in Wolfenstein.
Kind of, but not really. Like in the flying one, flying is fine. You go up and down or you go up, down, left, and right with the right stick, and then you go faster and slower with the left stick.
Okay.
There's no yaw and like this.
So basically,
that.
pick your direction, go fast.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then you just kind of go, around and around. And the weird thing is they want you to shoot these missiles at the ground, right? But in order to aim to the ground, you have to like tilt your plane down. You don't have like a reticle, really.
Oh.
And so I would always it was like shoot these like 6 anti-aircraft things, and I was like, okay. And then I would fly up there and I would like aim down, and then I'd start flying towards the ground, and then like by the time I killed them, like because it just wouldn't, like they wouldn't blow up. I needed to give them like 4 or 5 different missiles, and then they would blow up. And by the time I actually blew them up, like I forgot. Yeah, like I would be like, am I inverted or am I not inverted? And then I'd do the opposite and go, and it was like, this is.
Is it inverted?
I switched it back and forth because I was
you
like,
can change it.
my brain is retarded. It's like, this doesn't make sense. And then once I switch it, the other one makes sense.
It's like, no, that made more sense. Go
Yeah.
back.
And then I go back, and then I'm like, no, I need to do it inverted. It's just weird stuff.
All right. I've seen some weird glitches online. One of the videos I saw, someone took down a Zeppelin. So it starts to go down, and then it gets to a point where it just tips up and then starts spinning really fast. Like it broke, and you see fire just flying off of it.
Oh, same mission. I was trying to go in for this, like I don't know, whatever that's called. What is that called?
Carpet bombing?
Carpet bombing. I was trying to do that to those things, and I went too low, and I got caught on a building, and I just was like on this building, and like I couldn't do anything, and I was just like, but I'm like on the ground. It was weird. I had to restart the checkpoint.
How's the horse combat?
Not good.
Not a fan?
Yeah, I avoided horses at all cost.
Why? So what's the problem with the horses?
I don't know. It just didn't feel good. It's not what I wanted from it.
But
I guess it's not bad. It's
You
just
didn't
not-
want a World War II or World War I experience in your World War I game.
Yeah. I just wanted to like be more on my feet. Be
Right
able
enough.
to run. Because there's times where like the horse is like, I'm being shot and like, I don't know, I'm on a horse, so I can't like jump over this thing and then hide behind a wall. You know, you're on a horse, so you're like always, it's like, I gotta get behind this building. Oh.
The other part I was really excited about is seeing how they would handle trench warfare. How did they do that?
Yeah,
was
it's
it good?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I don't know that it was that hard. It kind of felt a little bit like Wolfenstein, because there's like trenchish stuff in Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
And it was like that. Like, you know, you got to be really careful around corners, and
Did
it
you-
can get really tight, and you're like,
Well, did you get that feeling of unease because you know if you stuck your head out, sniper would get you? Just did you get that feeling? Because that was a big part of the trench. That's why everyone stayed low in there.
yeah, definitely, because you go in. There are, I don't know. It just kind of depends on the level, but not a whole lot. But sometimes you got that feeling. It just depended on the level and what was going on.
So you're never gonna try the multiplayer though. I mean, no. Okay.
It'll probably look great and feel great, but I'll only be alive for like 5 seconds at a time. And then I'll get a kill, and I'll
just
start to
not fun.
feel good, and then I'll just keep dying over and over again, you know. Because the thing about multiplayer is I do have a bug or an itch when I get kills and when I'm doing well. I just don't have enough time
To get good.
to get good, you know.
Not if you want to play other stuff. You don't want to devote a solid week of gaming just to get salty and lose online.
Exactly.
Can't do it with Skyrim right around the corner, man.
That too, and
Can't do it.
the question
Nothing's coming out tonight at all.
not that I saw.
It's Friday, Skyrim.
Friday Skyrim.
Man,
Midnight release.
I'm always excited because I figure out that there's something that I didn't know I wanted to buy.
No, I'm super excited for Skyrim. It's gonna be like I've announced like 30 gigs for the PS4, which is actually
Farming Simulator 17.
Oh my god.
oh my god, that'll allow mods.
World of Final Fantasy came out today.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Which I heard is pretty good.
I need to look into that one. I was gonna kind of check it out, and then I saw the trailer involved you stacking
It's
monsters.
a little cutesy.
Definitely more cutesy.
You get like the famous creatures and monsters from the the Final
And other
Fantasy
characters.
games. Yeah.
Because Cloud shows up at least one point. But yeah, it's all Skyrim. That's all I really care about this week.
Why a Friday release?
Battlefield did it too.
I know.
Could have been playing all night tonight and tomorrow. Now it has to impede and work.
Yeesh.
Bullshit.
Yeesh. Exciting.
However, though, it comes out Friday. There's only 2 days of work separating me from 3 days in a row of playing Skyrim.
And
Technically, I can play it on Thursday. And then I have to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Mm-hmm.
you don't need sleep. Comes out Thursday, work Friday, Saturday.
Me too. Well, no. I work.
Let's not discuss our schedules on the show.
I'm off MTW. W.
Thank you for not discussing our schedules.
Because it matters.
It's riveting entertainment.
Thank you for joining us for the Broken Pixel podcast. If you like what you saw, please like, favorite, subscribe on YouTube and everything else. As well as if you want to help us out, visit patreon.com/derailed. And Superman loses again. Say goodnight, Aaron.
Good night, Aaron. Say good night, Kevin. Good night, Kevin.